Okay, Dawn says we're coming in. All right, let's, pre-council, Brad, if you'll do the pledge.
I shall.
All right, Noel is going to be our permanent minute officer, okay? Dawn on the bills, and you'll notice a slightly different format. We'll start indicating which ones we've paid by ACH, and of course, as we've discussed, we hope that will grow for security. Let's see here. All right, Gilmer, let's see, nothing from Chris, I don't think, tonight. Gilmer Drive, the cure date is the 28th, so pursuant to your prior action, we'll catch some warm weather. You typically need 40 degrees and rising for asphalt, so soon as all those stars align, we'll get that paved. I'll just briefly mention our trip yesterday and any other comments that people might want to make. We had all of our radar units calibrated this past week, and all of them, Chris can confirm, all of them passed inspection and were calibrated, correct?
Correct, but one was in poor shape, remember? He said one was on the house.
Oh, one's on the end, okay. But those of you that have worked with me before, of course, my immediate response, well, do you happen to have, no. Do you have a good deal on one? He said, well, as a matter of fact, I have a demo unit. So you'll see there the quote, 1,800 for the demo unit. New ones are 500 more. So Chris is requesting that we approve that. I'll take them. Anyone want to make that motion?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Brad is on speed. We'll put that in the minutes, right? Y'all get that. Some of you old people will get that in a minute. All right. We need another fireproof cabinet. You see the Rosewood bid, $23.35. Unfortunately, they do not have any used ones. We will BOLO we really need two. We need one immediately. But what we'll do is we'll ask them to BOLO a used unit. But Dawn, since that's for financials, would you offer that? Mm-hmm. Okay. The street light repair I have submitted, and I'll cover this now for those that might be watching and the new counselors. For state signals, we get to pay the power bill as the city, that's the host city, I guess, and we get to pay for the street light maintenance. As y'all well know, as we've covered here, ALDOT and ALDOT only handles the repair timing of the actual signal function. In any case, we have several lights out, about 6 or 8, that could exceed my $1,000 limit. We might actually look at, probably should have increased that back when we did our rules. But anyway, in this case, you never know. If it needs a whole head, that could be several $100s, a photo cell, something else. But I would like to have a motion to authorize the repair of those. I mean, just purely guessing, that could be 5,000 to 7,000 since we have several out. Dawn, you and Tracy gave me some of those tips. Who wants to put that out? Tracy? All right. Couple of y'all mentioned the Rock School sign has been out. I had a Reliable Sign come look. We can repair it with the current fluorescent technology, lamps and ballast for $2,000 with good luck at the end. We can go ahead and upgrade to complete LED system for $2,700, and it would have a 5-year warranty. So that came in at 4 p.m. today. So if y'all are agreeable to consent, I'll take that. If someone would like to recommend, I would think go ahead and do LED.
I would
So-
too,
Yep.
yes.
So anybody want to offer that?
I'll do it.
Who was that, Paula?
Paula.
We're finally getting you out of zoning into signage, right? Okay, good. As far as APCO, some of you may have noticed they did get the Tapawingo light replaced this week or upgraded. Y'all remember a prior action. So I'm hoping that some of the others will trickle now. I did touch base with the rep and gave her some priority ones, such as the one at Innsbrook, the one at Fawcett Road. So hopefully now that those LED parts are beginning to come in there, we can get some of those going. But Tapawingo is now working, which is an improvement there. Some of you may have noted or seen YKF Karate has moved in at Main Street, 4285, and is having a ribbon cutting open house February 3rd at 5. And we're all welcome to that, so I'm planning to go. I'll mention that. Karate was never my interest, but that's great to see occupancy and positive things on Main Street. I'll talk a little bit about weather. Obviously, as most of you know, we are out of, Jefferson County is out of the alert or declaration, disaster declaration, but Winston, Blount, and Coleman are. And as y'all know, we are right there with them. And what greatly concerns me and others, as some of you may remember from several years ago, another part is if we have ice, all you need is a millimeter. And the garbage trucks aren't running. Isn't that right, Mr. WM? So, nor is anything else. So we're planning for the worst, hoping for the best. We do want everybody to be weather aware. We do, EMA in response to weather, do feel like the main threat, of course, now is going to be Sunday night and Monday. But I'll just urge caution, and it is entirely possible, you know, our weather systems do not honor city and county lines. So particularly our northern end, it is, in my opinion, entirely possible that we could have some effects here in North Jefferson County. So I'm just going to urge caution and ask everyone to be weather aware remaining. All right, as most of you know, we closed several weeks ago on the property across the street. Our building inspector, who we'll hear from at the end, we did get the asbestos clearance, and so now we're ready to move forward. So I'll announce this would be below the bid limit, but in an abundance of fairness, we'll call it an RFP and ask anyone interested in that demolition quote to do the things that I've listed there and get the price to us. What did I say, February 13th? And then I would get that to y'all for your approval. What would that be? The 5th, the 19th, I think is that meeting. So anyway, let's see. So that covers all from the mayor. Now, I mentioned before we were live, as most people know, Outlook and many internet functions are down today, and I'm pleased to report, this is for you young people, y'all can ask your parents about fax machines. We used one today. Mr. Black gave us the resolution. The contract is simply a renamed bid package. That's the 30 pages you saw at the last meeting. To save 4 reams of paper, we did not put the contract back in. But y'all will remember, I'll get those exact numbers for you.
The dollar amount
Yeah, the dollar amounts.
is 56.
Whatever, I'll go get that from my email. What the two prices were, $56 and some odd cents, I believe, was the winning bid, followed by
61.
yeah, something. I'll get those in a minute during break, so I have them here. Those are, of course, in the contract. Mike's with us tonight. We hopefully, well, not hopefully, we think it will be a very seamless transition. Y'all will pick up extra cans, and the big advantage is the price is going to be almost half of what residents have been paying. They will get 1 can. If you live on a property where you have a lot of extra yard waste or things, you can get that second can for, we're calling it minor yard waste, is just a sort of a descriptive term. But that will save, $400,000 a year, I believe, citywide for the residents. So, as y'all know, we heard from many that particularly small, single-family, single-parent, elderly, simply could not fill 3 cans, so we believe this is in the best interest. So, anybody want to volunteer for trash tonight? All right, Noel, Paula, y'all been kind of quiet down there.
I figured that had to go for Tracy.
It's gonna be mine.
Tracy is trash. Tracy is trash. Just- All right,
I'm on speed and you're trash. What
that's
is that?
right. Hey, that's it, that's it.
Stay down there, you problem
All right, so, let me see, did we get the ordinance in for the lease?
I didn't see that. I was looking for that.
Okay, I know I emailed it to y'all. Let me get, that might have been a technology glitch. We have the lease, okay. All right, we have the lease for the Fawcett Road house, Fawcett Cutoff House, that will, match the Powell house. Let's see, Noel, you live closest, how about that? All right. To keep that employee there. And that's an ordinance, first reading, so I'll take consent on that as well. Dawn has a motion concerning some sign exploration. Then first reading, those are in the packet. The 2 contracts for ABBF and Chamber of Commerce, naturally planning for, oh, thank you. Eric has given me the bid sheet for the trash. Thank you, Eric. Naturally, they're gonna come next meeting. We certainly want to secure that. ABBF has become a staple here. And I've relayed some comments from the last meeting about, growing the chamber and doing some things. So, Ronnie and Mr. Kirkner are planning to be with us next time. March 19th. Let's look. What did y'all decide? Of course, I can shorten that agenda if we're going to be down. March 19th is when most of us will be returning from National League. Did y'all, is the 20th or the 23rd, what was available for most of the group?
That's
20th.
that's
Monday.
March,
That's
right?
March. Monday is the,
23rd. Now, that is spring break. If you,
Friday.
Friday's the 20th.
And then the 23rd is Monday.
I'll be heading to Kansas City that 23rd, the week of the 23rd,
And I'm
so.
afraid I'm gonna be out too.
it's like
Oh,
12
okay.
will be out as well.
Who's here the 20th?
I'd
Be
rather
here
do
the
the
20th.
20th. We're on the
It's-
road.
That's a Friday night?
I got a thing at work on that day.
Okay.
I will try to.
What
Well,
time
as long
was-
as we have a
what time we're
quorum.
supposed to be back on that, on Thursday?
Most of us are on the direct flight in the afternoon,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it would be past time to answer
Okay.
your question.
That was my question.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's take a motion to go to the 20th. Okay, I mean, in theory, we could even, we could meet anytime, but naturally weekdays are good. Then if we happen to be short one, should be a short agenda anyway, because we'll
Yeah,
kind of
maybe
be out, but, someone offer a motion to move the 19th to the 20th?
I will.
All right. And then I'm gonna let, similar to Chris last time, I'm gonna let Hal give us his 25 permit and building report. And then Ms. Piles will give us she'll go from senior activities down to children and give us a report on what's happening over on the Park and Rec side to keep everyone in the loop. So I've got a lot on there, but I think we can move through it efficiently unless y'all know of something else or that we need to add. Mike is here to answer any questions from WM. Just so y'all know, the WM was $56.25 a quarter, $30 a quarter on an extra container. roughly, and Amwaste was the only other but second bidder at $61.38, and basically in the same price, $60 a quarter for a second can. So in both cases, WM was the competitive bidder, and looking around at some other cities, basically within a dollar or two of what everyone else is doing for the base contract. So I'll mention when we get there, we, the city, we're looking at possibly some other options for those interested in plastic recycling, some type of container here that we could do that. We reserve the right to do that in the contract for those interested in that. I would love to do that, but we were just, that was very, very, very costly. We were spending more trying to spending dollars to save pennies. So anyway, Mike, did you have any comment about well, glad to be back, right? Or glad to continue? Okay. So that's what, yeah. Mike.
Well, I was just going to say, I had the opportunity to meet with some of your national personnel in Salt Lake City, and we had some very good conversations about the services you offer. And just for the record, we're not the only city that has had issues with recycling or anything like that, and the cost is high everywhere. So we're not alone, but we are glad that we have a partner there that's willing to work with us. And they were very understanding of what we've gone through, and they understood everything, and basically said we were in a good position to renegotiate at that point. And glad we have a good solution here. So
I think so. I think our residents will be happy. We'll at the right moment do some education about some of the extra can pickup. Are the cans in your other jurisdictions red or gray, or are we the only ones with red, or what are y'all thinking if you know that far ahead? Okay, so are we will we stay with red, or we all just replace them all, perhaps, or what are you thinking?
No, we'll probably stay with the red.
Okay,
But exactly which one we'll pick up, I'll have to let you know.
that's fine. That's fine. And for those listening, this is our old new waste management rep with us tonight. So anyway, okay. Anything else? All right, then we'll convene in about 10 minutes. If you'll stand with me for the invocation, that'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. As a reminder, if you would, silence any electronic devices. Join with me. Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful community and the people we represent. We thank you for the natural beauty of our area and all the resources that you have given us and the ways you have blessed this city. Give us your wisdom tonight as we lead your people. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Counselor Walker.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Could we have the roll call?
Counselor Thompson,
Here.
Counselor Walker,
Here.
Counselor Tanner. Here. Counselor Sims.
Here.
Counselor Holt,
Here.
Mayor Sanders.
Here. Is there a motion concerning the minutes of January 8th?
Yes, I'd like to offer a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes from the council meeting on January the 8th.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Sims, discussion. In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that carries unanimously. All right, next, Counselor Tanner with our bills for this meeting.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $92,901.19.
Second,
Second.
by Walker. Again, we're changing the format, trying to show a little bit what was more and more going to ACH for increased security. Further discussion? In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that's unanimous. So our vendors will be glad, and our company and those other things we rely on. All right, we'll come back to Chris for a moment. From the mayor's report, Gilmer Drive, the cure date is the 28th of this month. Hopefully by then we'll have some warmer weather and we can complete the asphalt and reconnect the industrial park there. We will then, of course, begin on the next phase, looking at the water line before we do some final paving. But in any case, the culvert looks great. If new concrete and flowing water is of interest to you like it is me, so we'll look forward to using that. Council had the opportunity to go to the League Advocacy Day yesterday. Very informative, always good to see what bills that are coming down the line that are positive, and some, quite frankly, that the league will oppose, that would be adversely productive to municipalities. So that's always a great way to interact. Did any council want to mention any particular point or
I thought it was fascinating that, and I know, you know, Congress, state and federal, they have a lot of bills that they bring up, but there were over 400 that they were considering currently, and they said by the time the legislative session was over, there would probably be over 1,000 bills introduced. That's incredible to me that in such a short amount of time that they can consider that stuff. So, and seeing some of them that I've seen, they gotta simplify that stuff, because there's no way you can get through that and understand it and be able to vote effectively on it. So
I agree. It was a great day, and fortunately Montgomery is not too far away. So, all right. Next, we had our radar units. We have 5, is it, Chris? Correct. That various SROs, deputies who may or may not have that equipment as standard use. All did test and calibrate this time. One is ending, what's the phrase? Ending the year, ending its useful life. So most of you know my next question to the guy was, well, what kind of deals are there? And I put the quote in the packet there. As it turns out, they have a demo for $1,800, which is about $500 less than a brand new one, and I would entertain a motion to approve that.
so moved.
Motion by Walker, second
Second.
by Holt. Further discussion?
Let me ask you, is that 5 that are working, or is that,
That'll be 6 that are working.
So, all right.
Okay,
I have
further?
a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the lifespan of them?
These are relatively,
I'm on, for the record, I'll suspend and allow Chris Sherritt to address council.
that's a question I would like to answer back there, but y'all yell at me.
Yeah, well, the public can't hear you.
It depends. They're not used every day, in and out. The deputies, we give them to everybody. Our deputies have them, the SROs have them. People know we have them, they can call and we'll lend them to them. They're in real good cases, and the deputies have been real good about taking them back and putting them in those foam-filled cases, so these are pretty old.
Okay.
I think we bought these, it looked like prior to 2016.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we've got good service out of them, and they're still working. And the one actually still works. It's just, he said there was something about it. They do have lithium batteries in them. They're rechargeable. It could be the battery in that one going out.
Are we able to give the deputies the newer one and let maybe the SROs have?
Oh, yeah, one of our guys would have
Okay.
that. Yeah, there's no, yeah, because
I thought
this
they would
one
be
is
used more.
different than ours. It is a moving radar.
Okay,
Moving radar and stationary.
okay.
The ones we have are stationary, where you have to be sitting still and you just point it. This one's a moving where you can mount it on the dash, and as you drive down the road, it will.
Pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal.
Further questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And that passes, and to be brutally honest, Chris and I are gonna keep our eye out for his next demo or out of box. Y'all know I love those. Which laughingly pains me on the next motion. There are not any used fireproof cabinets, but we have a motion from Councilor Tanner concerning some new ones.
Yes, after consulting with the city clerk, they really need two. So what I like to offer is the difference in these prices are just the depth. So I'd like to offer to buy two of the first one for $2,335 each. So it'd be a total of $4,670 plus $125 delivery.
Second,
Second.
by Thompson. Again, that stocks our staff and enables them to keep records safe as we must. So, further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And that passes unanimously. So see, Chris gets a gun, you get some cabinets, we're getting all kind of stuff tonight. Next item is signal poles. I believe it's 7 ALDOT signals we have in the city. The way that works, for public information, the city is obliged to pay the power bill and the streetlight maintenance. ALDOT, again, to reiterate, ALDOT retains sole control of the signal function, the time, the boards, all that sort of thing, which is actually good because they also get the liability. We have several street lights that are out. Before I come back around, we continue to relay to ALDOT. That was good to see some of our legislators yesterday about the need for a turn arrow here at Main Street, but again, that part is solely on ALDOT. In any case, we have about 6 lights out, which could exceed my $1,000 limit. I would just, as a rough guess, say 5 to 7. If it needs a whole new head, that can be several $100s. So I would entertain a motion authorizing signal pole streetlight repair in that rough estimate. Ms. Thompson?
So moved.
Motion by Thompson, second.
Second.
By Holt. Discussion. In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And see, I get street lights and concrete and stuff. It's a great night. Okay. Thank y'all. We'll get those going. I have turned in a ticket. Stone & Sons is an authorized contractor for ALDOT. You have to use their contractor. We can't fix them. We must use, and I can understand that we would, send Chris up there in a bucket truck and he would, fry the whole system or something. So anyway. All right, the Rock School sign has been out, as some of y'all know, and I got a quote this afternoon at 4. Most of you know we're their internet and Outlook and some Windows issues today, but I did get a quote. It would be $2,000 to repair with the current fluorescent technology with no warranty. To go ahead and upgrade to LED would be $2,700 for a 5-year expected minimum lifespan. So I would recommend we go ahead and go to LED. And let me see who, is that a motion, Counselor Sims?
So moved.
So moved by Sims. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walker. And since that was last minute, I'll take consent to consider, Madam Clerk.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes, consent passes. Questions or comments on the main motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And I will approve the quote from Reliable to get our Rock School sign upgraded. I know that's, is it as old as 10 years old, Counselor Tanner? I know
way
it's
older than
quite
that.
several,
It's way older
at
than
least
that.
6 or 8. So, anyway, I believe it's more than 10. All right, next item, Alabama Power. As y'all know, our other street lights that we have around the city are mounted to Alabama Power poles, and we have agreements with them to furnish those. Some of you may remember, a few meetings ago, y'all approved LED upgrade there and any subsequent form. I'm pleased to report they got the Tapawingo light repaired in the last several days. It's up and going. So I have reached out and communicated with our Alabama Power rep. Hopefully some of those parts are flowing. We have some very needed ones, Aspen Ridge, Fawcett Road, Marsh Mountain. We have probably a dozen out around the city, but hopefully we are making progress and can continue to get those back online. YKF Karate is opening at 4285 Main Street. I think they actually already are open, but they're having a ribbon cutting February 3rd at 5 p.m. and everyone's invited, so I'll remind y'all, hopefully we can attend down there. That's a great use of those buildings without low stock that would be potentially at risk for the flood, but I think that's a great use. I'm excited to see some more and more on Main Street. Hopefully we'll have some other announcements soon down there or over there. Everyone, I'm sure, is alert about the weather. EMA, pursuant to the weather radars and various models, they have pushed our hazard time. Well, they've actually, for the moment, pushed Jefferson County out of the hazard time and declaration. But as y'all know, we adjoin Walker, Blunt, and are not too terribly far away from Coleman, which are part of it. So I'd encourage everyone to remain vigilant. The threat has also now been pushed to more Sunday night into Monday. And I'm sure some of y'all remember 2014 and other years. All you need is a millimeter of ice. This is not as much snow, but an ice potential threat. So please be aware. I don't see our fire chiefs. If one of them comes in, they may have even a closer update. All right, as some of you know, we purchased the property across the street that adjoins our Rock School complex some weeks ago, and I'm announcing a request for proposal, and you see it printed there. We'll get that posted. It concerns the demolition of those structures. As much as we'd love to save them, we do have some prior termite damage and some other issues. So I'm asking that those be returned the 13th, and we'll get this posted, and then I will get that to y'all for approval at a later meeting. All right. Counselor Thompson and a residential resolution concerning our solid waste, and then we'll talk more about it.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer a resolution for the awarding the contract to Waste Management.
All right, very well. As some of you know, our contract expired, or had the option to expire, which we accepted in May. We went through, of course, the lawful bid process. I believe we solicited 6 companies that we knew and of course posted in accordance with all laws. They came back, we had two bidders, Waste Management, our current provider, at $56.25 a quarter, with an extra can of $29 roughly a quarter. The next and only other bidder was Amwaste at $61.38 a quarter, with an extra can of the same price. So, the transition, well, there really shouldn't be any transition except the bill going down, and they will pick up a can. Now, this goes back to a basic, once a week, can, whatever you put in it type service. I'll let Mike speak to it if he wishes. If you live on a property with a lot of yard waste, you're more than welcome to get that second can. But certainly the rate goes, well, almost in half. Did we get a second? Okay. Second by Walker. So that is due to the technology and the saving some paper, the contract is simply the bid package, 30-odd pages, simply it says contract instead of bid. So I didn't weigh down the dais in your packets with simply a rebranded document on that, which y'all saw several weeks ago. I'll suspend for a moment. Would you like to address us or the public, Mr. Mitchell? Oh, hang on. Let's get it.
It's not on. You're not being recorded.
That helps our viewers at home.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, well, Waste Management is very happy to be your provider once again. We will be implementing a plan to pick up the container, and I'll be communicating that to you, Mayor. But once again, we're very happy about being your provider. Thank you very much.
Even without recycling.
Recycling, yes.
That
So,
clear?
in particular, we hope this benefits our smaller families, senior adults, others that simply cannot fill 3 cans. We are looking in-house at a way for those, like myself and many others, that would appreciate a outlet for plastics, but that'll come at a little bit later time. That would be smaller scale in-house, and continue to save the residents, again, almost half the bill. Anything else, Brad? Okay,
I'm good.
any other?
The only thing
Dawn?
I'd like to say is Mr. Mitchell joins Counselor Walker and myself as Irwin graduates.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I still call it Irwin, so. All right, roll call vote on the main resolution.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes. All right, moving on to new business concerning an ordinance to lease property. Counselor Holt.
Yes, I'd like to offer an ordinance to lease a property on Fawcett Cutoff Road, the house.
Second
Second?
by Sims. This is first read, so I'll take consent, Madam Clerk.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
All right, consent passes. This is really more of a renewal, but we're changing a few items in there. So this continues Mr. Eves next door to our Fawcett Cutoff Road Park property, which is invaluable, as well as our having a public works supervisor in the city limit. We might be calling him this weekend, just depending on what happens. And so those two items benefit the city greatly, and we're glad to continue his occupancy in that house.
What actually changed on the
The
lease?
rent,
The rent.
primarily the rent, and I believe utilities and maybe one other adjustment. But this is identical, I believe, to the Powell house that we did last time.
Okay.
So,
Just more of an alignment among the properties
exactly,
that we have. yeah.
exactly. Further discussion? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
And that passes as ordinance 2601. All right, Counselor Tanner on signage.
Yes, the city of Penson's going on, 22 years? And we've kind of done a poor job of having signage coming in from east, west, north, and south. So, I'm going to make a motion to ask the mayor to look into some permanent signs, and that would be rock type, signs or something like that, and then some that are movable signs that would maybe come in from Aniana or Locust Fort. So with that, I'd like to make a motion for the, to have well, I can't speak.
Authorize.
To have the mayor look into signage for the city.
Okay, second?
Second.
Thompson? Yes, be glad to do that, and of course, that's cursory, but yes, that, at least when I'm talking to people, I can say, hey, council wants me to look into this, I need a quote. As a matter of fact, I've already reached out to one vendor that did the very nice one over on Deerfoot for clay, so we'll start, of course, with our areas where the limit won't change, and maybe continue to promote the city that way. Further discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, no. And that carries unanimous, Madam Clerk. For first reading, so let the record reflect, I have the contracts, the annual contracts that we've used for some years for the chamber as well as the Butterbean Festival. And we will take that up next time, hopefully with some chamber staff member, or the staff director and board president. All right, concerning March 19th, we talked about the league earlier. That is the day most of us will be returning from Washington, D.C., and we would not have a quorum, so I believe we've identified March 20th as the best alternative. We know that's on Friday night, but we'll try to keep it brief. So is there a motion to move the March 19th meeting to March 20th at the same time?
So moved.
Motion by Tanner, second.
Second.
By, we'll say Sims by nose. Further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And again, that gives us permission, if you will, to go ahead and start posting that as a noted change. And it's really for Chris more than anything, well, not more than anything, as much as anyone. So zoning cases, so we know when the meetings might be if we happen to have a zoning case. All right, department heads, Hal is going to give us a 2025 report.
Good evening. I'm Hal Ferris, your building inspector. This is just a kind of a recap of last year of what all I did, since I'm the only one. Basically, I did 11 new home plan reviews for 11 new construction on 11 new homes. I did 6 commercial plan reviews. I issued 16 stop work notices that resulted in $3,500 in fines. Did a total, we had a total of residential permits. We had 241. Commercial permits, we had 17. And let's see.
That would be modification or repair permits, right? Okay.
Yeah. Well, all together.
Okay.
So we did, I did a total of 783 inspections last year. Let's see, we had, on commercial, we had a total value of commercial renovations. The value was $1,143,000. For residential construction, we had over $10 million in renovations. So,
Wonderful.
that's basically it.
That makes it very quick, but
Yeah.
a lot of Hal's work, I know from personal experience, is the plan review, reviewing to make
Right.
sure everything's code, and you know, you didn't go inspect it, but you love
Right.
fresh concrete as much as I do, probably, right? So-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, they bring the plans in, and we get them out, well, I get them out a lot quicker than, say, Jefferson County would or Birmingham, because they've got so many. It may take, a month, 2 months before they can get plans back out, where I can get them within a week, so.
Wonderful, yeah, so that's an encouragement for people to work with us direct.
Exactly.
All right, any questions of Hal?
I have a question. Can you kind of elaborate on inspections, what you're inspecting?
Okay.
Just so people know that they probably need to have something inspected.
Right,
so to
right.
speak.
Well, on, say, a new construction, I do everything from ground up, from footings to slabs to framing to electrical, plumbing, mechanical, pretty much everything. I do the finals, final inspection. Commercials the same way.
And it's important, if Hal is inspecting and the person has a permit, that ensures that they're a properly vetted and licensed
Correct.
contractor.
Correct.
And have the correct skills and knowledge to perform whatever task is being done.
Correct. And when they come in to get applications, fill out applications for permits and stuff, a lot of times they'll put a lot less than what it's actually gonna cost, so I catch that, which I have. I've saved the city a lot of money so, by doing that, because they've, tried to value it less than what the job is gonna cost. So, I look at stuff like that also. And on renovations, I go out and, when they're placing windows, siding, stuff like that, we go out and check all that stuff. And so, and plus I answer any questions they need, and I'm there. I do same-day inspections, so.
Great to have you. Yeah.
And it's super important if you are someone in the community and you think that somebody is doing some renovations, say on the weekends when you're not present. And
Correct.
if you feel that possibly that they are operating without a license,
license,
it's super
yeah.
important that residents call that in.
Exactly.
Because I know that that has been similar in my situation when someone called me thinking that
Right.
somebody was building, and they were,
Oh, yeah.
without proper paperwork through the city for it to be inspected. And
Yeah.
thankfully I went out and investigated and stopped it so that they would do it, according to what the rules were. So if you are a resident, it's super important to.
Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of homes may be out of the way, out of sight, and, and it's,
It's
unless
hard for
you,
you to catch.
yeah. And so it's helpful when people call in, let
Yeah,
me know.
absolutely.
So,
Well, it's a safety issue.
It's-
Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Hal.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Piles is going to go from seniors and then down to, what, 4U or something. So if you would tell us everything that's going on in Park and Rec, Ms. Piles.
Hello. First, let me say we had our second senior event on yesterday. Had about 23 in attendance. Miss April spoke on VIP Care, which is a senior focused primary care building that helps our seniors out. And we're looking forward to our next event in February. It's not scheduled yet, but we will have that by next week. So now I'll provide a brief report and share some accurate information regarding Pinson Youth Sports. For the 2025 Pinson Youth Basketball, we currently have over 100 registered athletes consisting of 3 6U teams, 3 8U teams, 3 10U, and 2 12U. This season, we partner with LEAP. It's a sheriff-ran program for county teams to provide our athletes with additional game opportunities. In addition, some coaches have chose to take their teams to other leagues to further increase game experience and player development. Our open registration for baseball, softball, t-ball, and flag football has been available since December 22nd. We are still playing in US AAA Baseball League. Additional details regarding coaches, practice schedules, and game times will be shared as we get closer to each season. For football, last year, we participated in the Gridiron Football League, and our football and cheer teams performed exceptionally well. As the upcoming season approaches, the coaches and I will continue to evaluate league options that best serve the needs and development of our athletes. Lastly, I want everybody to know that I maintain an open door and open phone policy, so please feel free to reach out to me directly with any concerns, questions, or feedback. So,
Great. So that was a little gain on the senior day, but it was cold. Maybe we'll pick up some more for February.
yeah, hopefully we'll pick up.
And great, so you said, how many right now? Over 100 in basketball?
Yeah, about 100.
Wow, great,
And that's one girl's team, right?
One girls, yes.
great. Questions of Ms. Powell?
I got one.
Yes.
When does the baseball registration end?
It ends February 27th.
Okay.
forgive me for not knowing this, but do we have like a schedule or a calendar for the senior events?
We don't. We kind of, well, what I've done is a lot of people call up to schedule events. So I just get their dates and possibly just put them out, just create a flyer. But hopefully we'll get something done, like Don kind of stated. We're going to try to do a calendar and get everything out.
And one thing, we're emailing the churches in our area too, when we have something to help promote it amongst the senior citizens.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Piles.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right, Chris, did that cover you? Okay. All right, anything else from the dais before I go out?
I do have something.
Dawn.
I've had a couple of counselors ask me about this, and this is something that I talked about when I was running for office. Wanted to look at possibly having a town hall meeting. Looking at April, there's 5 Thursdays, so
Okay.
maybe that last one, we could start promoting this, and, we have to have the public come to us. That's why we haven't had one, and I can even tell you the last time. But it's something that I think maybe we can see what do you want? You got to come and talk to us. So
Okay,
I'd like to
yeah.
schedule one if possible. I think it's the 30th.
All right.
It's the 5th Thursday.
That's-
in-
That's ALM.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
April
that's
28th
right.
Through the 1st.
Well, then we can do it
We
the
could do it the one
4th.
before, yeah.
do it the
Okay,
one
we'll look
before.
at the calendar and
But I'd like
I'll
to do
put
it-
that on the agenda next time. Well, yeah, absolutely. Let's
Thank
get
you.
that
Maybe we can
scheduled.
get, send notices out like we did a blast to the church,
Yeah.
and all that.
And also possibly look at some cleanup days in March.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. And we'll also need to put on our agenda, we'll get the recycle shredding nailed down. We'll get that on the agenda for next time as same blast with the churches perhaps. So,
Well, let me ask you, talking about the recycle, and just forgive me if I don't remember the last time. When's the last time, or have we ever had a recycle, or where they turn in your laptops and stuff like that?
the county does those. Yeah,
We
yeah.
did
the-
one a while back, long time ago.
I'm just thinking if we had one
Yeah,
versus going somewhere outside our city, if we
Yeah.
had one, I'm not saying
Okay.
we do it quarterly.
they call that,
Here from time to time, and she'll send me and the clerk an email.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since we've had one.
all right, let's request one for the spring or summer.
Yeah.
The question or an answer from the back was about a hazardous waste, which covers paint, electronics, things like that.
thank you.
So we will go out to the arm of Jefferson County Health, I think, that does that, and see if we can have one of those perhaps, maybe in conjunction with our cleanup day or something. Thank you. All right, any public comment? Going once? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
You like to adjourn, don't you, Mr. Walker?
Sure does.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, that's fine.
I hesitated to give somebody
No,
else an
that's
opportunity.
absolutely fine.
I'll
We all
second
had
it. I'll second it.
a second by Tanner in favor, aye.
Aye.
Hereby adjourned at 7:33. Thank you all very much. Got a lot done tonight.